let's take a look at decision making in public administration. Few issues have occupied such a central place in the literature of public administration or have generated so much debate as to the question of how to make decisions. Arguments have raged over issues such as the importance of goal setting, the capacities of decision makers to use information objectively, the scope of data they use, and the consequences of different approaches to decision making itself. Models that are applicable to administrative organizations have been derived from a variety of disciplines, notably economics, philosophy, and political science. New controversies and directions have recently emerged, especially in government, that are reshaping many long-standing assumptions about how decisions should and can be made. Other issues, such as the cumulative impacts of past decisions on a current choice, also affect decision making and further complicate matters. The rational approach is drawn from economic models of decision making. According to this classical outlook, decision makers are consciously rational. That is, they order their behavior so that it's reasonably directed towards the achievement of a conscious goal. Another crucial dimension of the economic rationality is the concept of efficiency. This means maximizing output for a given input or minimizing input for a given output. In terms of actual behavior, a rational person can always make a decision, knows the probable consequences, ranks all alternatives in order of preference, always chooses the highest ranked alternative, and always makes the same decision each time. Such an individual would normally try to separate ends, the goals, clearly from the means, the methods, while concentrating on one or only a few primary goals. Also, the rational decision maker would seek to gather all possible data pertaining to the range of alternatives and objectively weigh alternative solutions before selecting the best possible one, that is, maximizing the decision. The relationships that are assumed to exist between means and ends are also important and enable the decision maker to choose the most rational means for achieving a specified end. Cost benefit analysis is a technique designed to measure relative gains and losses resulting from alternative policy or program options. It emphasizes identification of the most desirable cost benefit ratio in qualitative or other terms. Cost benefit ratios are proportional relationships between expenditure of a given quantity of resources and the benefits that result. They serve as guidance for choosing among alternatives. Cost benefit analysis and specification of cost benefit ratios for each alternative presume the ability to assign a qualitative value to each alternative in ranking and to distinguish clearly among the values that are assigned. Most critiques are based on the proposition that it will not be possible to construct a purely rational, value-neutral decision-making process for any of the simplest or lowest level decisions available. Among the impediments to rationally suggested by the model's critics are the impossibility of distinguishing facts from values, the improbability of obtaining agreement, changing and ambiguous nature of goals, pressures of time to make a decision, and the ability of decision makers to handle information. Other problems associated with the rational approach include the difficulty of giving one's undivided attention to a single problem or decision and failure to secure all data because of time constraints or excessive cost. Competition for resources among analysts and decision makers and their organizations prevents any single entity from achieving maximum utility. The other major criticism for the rational model is that it requires activities and calculations that are not possible in government decision-making processes.